Take me out in the garden with the beetles and frogs. Take me to the back door to see the geckos and moths. Get me down on the ground to see the spider's fangs. Just get me outside with my boomerang. Get me outside with my boomerang.
Today we're at a dam that's being used for stock water. There's about 2 feet of water left in the bottom of this dam, and it's also covered in duckweed and also algae. Now that makes the conditions very good for a lot of water life, particularly the underwater life like insects and larvae of different sorts. Now we've got dragonflies and damselflies that I can see, and we also have some yabbies that have burrowed down into the water's edge because they know the water's getting low and they've got to get out of the way of the birds that can now see them. So they basically go into like a hibernation during the summer months until the dam finally gets filled up again from a decent downpour. And one thing that I noticed a couple of days ago was amongst the duckweed we have some new frogs' eggs being laid. I saw about I don't know, a dozen or so clutches of eggs, and so that tells me the frogs are being very active, and I'd like to come back and have a look at them when they are active. But to see the time of the day when they're active is at night time, and it's a good night for it too. There's a bit of rain predicted and the frogs are responding really well. There's a lot of noise in the dam behind me. So let's go down to the water's edge and let's see what frogs we can find croaking. I'm having a good look by the water's edge here. Oh, there's a couple of ducks. They're probably waiting for the tadpoles to get bigger. We've got some what sounds like to me to be spotted marsh frogs, and I can't hear much else. A lot of clicking going on. That's the clicking of the spotted marsh frog. It's the males that do the calling. The females are silent and they respond to the males clicking, and then they go over to her when they go over to him when they're happy with the sound that he makes, and if he's good looking enough they'll mate with him. Alright, there he is there. See him move. That's a male. It's got a vocal sac. I think he might have let it go down again. That is a banjo frog, or the great bullfrog, that one. And he's Victoria's largest frog. Let's see if we can find another one. Oh, I found another one right in the middle of the screen there. Got his vocal sac filled up with air, so that's another male, and he's knows he's been spotted, but he's hoping I'm going to walk past, I think. Now that is, there he's calling there now. I think it's another banjo. I can't see the top of his head. They're so well hidden, it's very difficult to find them. I can often see them, but I can't. So I can often hear them, but I can't see them, because they're hiding so well under that bit of duckweed. They just got their heads poking out of the water enough to make enough sound. Anyway, I heard another type of frog before. I'll see if we can find him. I found another one, and this one's not in the water like the others. It's sitting on top of the weed, so I actually might be able to catch him. Could be a female. So this is another type of frog, I think. Right, I got it. Well, let's have a look at what it is. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. Oop. Go back in the water. Oop, fast. Let's give it a wash. Okay. Right, try again. Now, there she is. And that gives you an idea of the size of her. I'm suspicious that's a female. I can't remember what type of frog it is. It's not a spotted marsh frog, that's something else. I'll look it up and I'll get back to you on that one. But I'll make sure she jumps back into the water, not out onto the dry dirt. Off you go. Back that way. That won't take long to die. I don't think out in this dry conditions. Whoop. Oh, come on. Back that way. Right. Okay, here we go. There she is. Now that there is definitely a spotted marsh frog. I can tell because it's got a red stripe down its nose which continues onto its back. Might be able to see that red stripe there. Get a bit closer. That's good. Got a positive ID on that one. There's another frog there. I'll zoom in a bit close. Look at the eyes glow in the dark. Amazing. Right, let's see what that is. Oh, that's what they look like when they're making the noise. Pretty cool. What a great night frog hunting it's been. There's at least 200 frogs in this dam at a guess, and there's at least 3 different types of frogs in here as well. It was nice to see a big fat juicy tadpole, which proves that the work of the frogs isn't going in vain. Now if I was to come back in the morning, there'd most likely be quite a few new bunches of eggs laid and sprinkled throughout the duckweed there. But until then, I'm going to hit the hay, and good night.
Spider's fangs, just get me outside with my boomerang. Get me